This session we are going to learn about Liferay folders structure. We will also understand what are the folders which can be deleted as part of housekeeping and what are the folders which should never be deleted. So right now I am inside Liferay folder, and inside that we have data directory. Okay, so data directory is the one where your document or basically content repository will be. So inside document library you will have all your contents. So this is very important and this should be regularly backed up. And after that we have Elasticsearch. So Liferay performs Elasticsearch, which is basically whenever you search any component in Liferay or whenever you perform any free search in Liferay, inside that it uses Elasticsearch, and this is embedded Elasticsearch. So you also need to make sure whatever is here, it should be backed up. And then Hypersonic, this is embedded database. Okay, so in summary we can say this data directory is very important and you should always back up this data directory. And then we have a deploy folder. This deploy folder is usually empty, it is not going to have anything. So whenever you create any custom jar file or war file or anything, whenever you create, let's say, themes in Liferay, or you deploy any new portlet in Liferay, all of those components you are going to develop in Eclipse using Java, and then you are going to put that deployable here in this directory under deploy, and then Liferay is going to automatically process those jar file and going to move from this directory to OSGI directory. Okay, so inside this all the deployables are going to be kept. So let's say if you have a theme, custom theme, then you put that theme in the deploy directory, and then Liferay is going to put process that theme, and after that that is going to be moved to OSGI and war directory. Okay, so again this is something which is taken care by Liferay automatically and you don't have to do much in that. So in case this directory gets deleted, you can just create this directory again. There is nothing much inside this directory. Okay, this is always going to be empty. And then we have license directory. License directory is useful when you are having enterprise version. Okay, in that case, Liferay is going to give you license file, and that license file you have to keep in this license directory. Okay, then whenever Liferay is starting, Liferay is going to read that license file from here and then going to start, and also going to do the set up the configuration based on whatever licenses you have bought. So when you are running community edition, in that case this doesn't make much sense, and so basically you don't need to bother much about this license folder. And then we move on to logs folder. This is a folder where all the Liferay related logs are kept. So let's say whenever you are starting Liferay, in that case whatever the logs are being created, that is going to be under Liferay log file. So if you want to read it, you can open it in a text editor. I'm going to open it in Notepad++. So you can see these are the logs which we have. Okay, so here if you read, whatever steps which has been performed is going to be coming here. So you can see here we have steps which are talking about custom or default themes being deployed. We are going to see all of those. Okay, whatever operations which are being taken care by Liferay, all of those entries are going to be here. So whenever you deploy any custom theme or you deploy any code, you should monitor this, and in this log file you should be able to know what is the status and all. Also, if you are facing any issues while working with Liferay, and if Liferay is throwing any error, all of those error information are going to be here in this log file. Now I'm going to go back. So this log files can be cleaned up. So let's say if the size of this file is growing up, okay, the size of this directory is growing up, in that case you can delete this complete directory, and in this directory is going to get automatically created. Or otherwise you can create some kind of script which can delete any file which is older than 2 days or 3 days. Again, this is going to be based on the standards or log archival standards which you have in your organization. So based on that, you can create a script to purge all the older log files. After that, we have Tomcat folders. We'll discuss about this in a moment. Before that, I'm just going to move to tools. So in the tools, we have anything which are going to be related with patching or upgrading. So whenever you perform any patching activity or any upgrade of Liferay, in that case, you need to make use of this folder. So this folder is important. However, we are not going to do anything here while doing the web development. Okay, but just make sure you don't delete this folder. This is important. And then next we have is work folder. Work folder is a temporary folder. Okay, here Liferay keeps all of the libraries which is used at a runtime. So even if you delete this work directory, it is going to be auto created when you start Liferay next time. And next to that, we have couple of hidden files. So these files, again, we don't need to bother much about. The next important one is portal-setup-wizard.properties. This is Liferay properties file. So whenever you log into Liferay for the first time and you do some basic configuration, which is like setting up your user for the first time and also providing email and other settings. And also if you change the database while configuring Liferay for the first time, all of those information going to get recorded in this properties file. So if I open this property file in a notepad editor, you can see these are the options which we have it, because these are the ones which we set up when we logged into Liferay for the first time. Now, if you had changed the database to MySQL, in that case, you would have seen few more options which are going to be talking about properties which you set up on MySQL. Okay, so this is very important. If you delete this, in that case, Liferay is not going to find this, and Liferay is going to treat that this is your first time you are running Liferay, and it is going to start giving you basic configuration option again. So just make sure you always back it up. And there are many properties which you can enable inside this. Okay, so this is very important. Now we can go inside Tomcat. So Tomcat is our application web server. So inside Tomcat, we have bin directory, conf directory, lib, logs, temp, web apps, and work directory. So in the bin directory, we have all the executables. So here you have a startup script. Here you are going to have a shutdown script. Okay. And also you have set environment script. So these are the basically all the binaries which are going to be useful whenever we are starting, stopping, or managing Tomcat. So this is important directory. And next one is configuration. Inside this, you can, if you want to make any changes in the configuration of Tomcat, you need to use this configuration directory, and inside that you need to make use of several folders or several files. So again, all of these are for advanced users. So if in your organization you are going to have someone who manages a Tomcat web application, in that case they are the one who are responsible for making or managing these things. However, for your understanding, if you want to learn more about Tomcat configuration, you can read that in the Apache Tomcat documentation. Now about library. So lib directory is the one which is having all the jar files. Okay, this is again something which we don't need to bother about. This is being taken care internally by Tomcat. Next we have logs directory. So this is going to have all the logs related to Tomcat. So whenever you start Tomcat and let's say you face some issue or Tomcat is not starting up, in that case you can come here and you can start monitoring catlina.log file. So this is the Catlina log file is the one which is going to have all the information with respect to what is happening in Tomcat. Okay, so this is the kind of messages you are going to see in this file. So whenever you are having any issues with Tomcat, you need to go to Tomcat logs file, and here you need to explore all of these logs and read, and then you will be able to get the information. Now again, for housekeeping purpose, you can create a script which can delete all the log files which are 2 days or 3 days older, because over time the size of this folder can grow huge. And also if you delete this logs folder, then in that case it is going to get auto created. And next one we have is temp folder. Temp folder is the one where Tomcat keeps all the temporary files and folders. So this is again used at runtime. So even if you delete this, it is not a problem. It is going to get auto created. And next one is we have web apps. So this is the place where all the web related information are going to be kept. This is very important and you should never do anything here, or you should never change it. Next one is work directory. Again, this is a directory where Tomcat keeps all the temporary workable information. So this is again can be deleted as part of the housekeeping. So over time you will notice the information can grow here, so you can delete this work directory. And also whenever you make any changes in the Liferay and let's say for some reason those changes are not reflecting, in that case you can clean up work directory, temp directory, and then you can restart Tomcat. Okay, and in that case most probably whatever changes you have made is going to get reflected, because the work directory is the one where Tomcat keeps or caches the information about this website. Okay, so that's all from in terms of understanding Liferay, important folders and all. And now you have the idea of which are the folders which can be deleted and for which folders you can create kind of housekeeping jobs in order to manage that folders on day-to-day basis.